Your brain is lying to you. Right now, you may feel stuck, like nothing you do makes any difference. But what if I told you that feeling that way is just an illusion and that there is a way to break free from that illusion? Today, I'm going to show you why you feel so powerless and the small science-backed steps that can help you take back control. Have you ever heard of learned helplessness? This happens when your brain experiences many setbacks and disappointments. Your brain tells you it doesn't matter, nothing's going to change. Remember the last time you did that and nothing happened? It gives you this self-doubt and a feeling of helplessness. There is an experiment that the psychologist, his name is Martin Seligman, hopefully I said that right. Even though this was, to me, a cruel experiment, it showed the experiment was that dogs in a box with a low barrier. Some of them received a mild electric shock and had no way of even escaping it. Later on, the psychologist made an escape route available for these dogs. And when they had the opportunity to escape, they didn't even try. They were conditioned to believe that anything that they do had no point and their fate was set. The thing about this experiment is that humans also experience that sense of hopelessness. If life has felt like one failure after another, you have unknowingly or unconsciously trained your brain to believe that there was no point in acting in your well-being, no point in changing your situation. Now you believe that you have no control over your life. That is a false belief, and things can turn around. Even if there's an opportunity right in your face, just staring at you, you won't even notice it. You have trained your brain, or we have trained our brains to not see the opportunities, because those opportunities that could spark a possibility are nothing but assumed letdowns. All we can say is, why bother? There's no point. Let me show you what happens in your brain. First, your brain forms patterns from the past. So an example of this is if let's say you want to get good grades and you failed before in trying to get good grades. I mean, you've tried your hardest. Your brain will automatically tell you there's no point in trying again because you tried your hardest and there was no outcome that you desired to have. So what happens is that your brain starts filtering out opportunities. For example, someone invites you to a tutoring session and your brain says, remember that last time when you tried hard and you still didn't get the results? You got nothing but D's, C's, or F's. That is what your brain will remind you of. It's not the situation, it's you. And there's nothing that you can do about changing the situation. Or I'm sure there was a business that you started, one or two businesses that you started that didn't turn out the way you wanted it. And now that there's this opportunity that is a complete win, your brain will only tell you, remember, you're not good at business. Our brain tricks us into believing that that past situation, that past failure will be the same thing that will happen in the future. Because you stop taking action and you stop seeing opportunities, you reinforce the cycle of helplessness. Just because you feel powerless doesn't mean you are. The brain is like a muscle. The more you train it to believe, the stronger it gets. Now that you know why you feel stuck, let's work on how you can free yourself from that. Your brain believes what it sees. What if you give it proof that you are in control? What if you give it proof that you can win? Let's start with this. Here's the first action you can take. You use these suggestions to make your own. The first one is make your bed in the morning. You know, that even though that is a small act, if you make it a habit, you will see that you have control over the situations in your life. I know when I started doing that, I'm a messy person. I'm not gonna lie. When I started making my bed in the morning, and then I looked back at my bed and it looked so good, I was really proud of myself. Those moments of success where you're proud of yourself, those are the things that stack up. Another thing is you want to get healthier. You can start drinking more water. So in the morning, have your glass of water right there, right beside you, so that you can drink a glass of water. And that is the start to your goal of being more healthier, more fit. How about standing up tall and with more confidence? Even though you don't feel it, towards the end, that act of just standing up tall and confident will boost your sense of worth. Why does this work? Every success stacks on top of each other. The more successes you create, the more momentum you have. It's like a snowball effect. Once your brain registers that success, it starts looking for more. Okay, so let's start breaking that negative loop. When you start thinking, I can't do anything right, pause and challenge that thought. Is it actually true all across every part of my life? If you feel like you're not moving towards the things that you want and you want to tell yourself, I always fail, reframe it. Say, I haven't succeeded yet, but I know there's something out there that's going to get me to where I want to be. Why does this work? Studies show cognitive reframing disrupts negative patterns and opens your brain to new possibilities. Let's take the smallest steps towards what we want. Instead of setting overwhelming goals, ask yourself, what can I do in 2 minutes? Or what can I do in 20 minutes? Start with small wins. You know, when you want to develop a habit, if you have a habit that takes a lot of willpower and effort, most people will end up failing, not because they're not good enough, but because the mind, you are programmed to move towards a certain direction and you haven't reprogrammed to a new location. And some of us don't know the address of that new location. You don't want to be where you're at right now. But currently, you do not know the route on how to get there. Start small. For example, you want to be more fit. How about for a week, you do 5 push-ups or 5 sit-ups, eat a fruit or a vegetable, or drink more water. If you want to write a book, write a paragraph just for one day. Every day you write 1 paragraph. If 1 paragraph is too much, write 2 sentences. So why do these little actions work? Because action equals motivation. People think motivation equals action, but it's really action equals motivation. Doing something small tricks the brain into wanting more. You already want what you want, but tricking the brain into acting makes it crave more action. I know these strategies work because I've used them myself. Talking about confidence, I remember I was so shy that even talking to, before my time, there wasn't the internet. Even talking on the phone to ask the operator for the number for, let's say, Pizza Hut was such a big deal. My voice would shake. I would get sweaty palms. I mean, I was a mess. Slowly, I started acting as though I was confident, as though I wasn't shy. I started building that confidence that I desired to have, but I didn't have the confidence initially. I had to act as if. And by acting as if, I was motivated. I stopped waiting to feel motivated and acted on small wins. Everything changed for me. It's going to change for you too. What is one small win you're going to do today? What is one small act that will change the trajectory of your life? And if you like this video, hit the like button and share it with somebody that you think might need it. Remember, you're not powerless. Everything that you have, everything that you need, you already have inside you. Your brain's been telling you a story that isn't true. Today, start writing a new one. Now go take that next step.